All right, here we go. Spawning up in the top left. For Basilisk, it is Serral. In the blue. And his opponent. Spawning down in the bottom right for Onside Gaming. Give it up for Solar. In the red. Now, it is kind of fitting that these two players run into one another in this tournament because they have both had outstanding records in the World Team League. Serral completely undefeated up to this point. The best record in the World Team League. Solar, not quite undefeated, but he was one of 3 players who was undefeated up until last week, I believe, when he finally dropped a series. Is that right? No, that was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago? No, even then, he split the series versus Spirit. He is still the 3rd best player in the World Team League by stats, and he's at 11-1. Serral is 13-0, though. All right, we are going to be seeing both players opening up Hatch Gas Pool, as is tradition. ZvZ, definitely a matchup that can get a little bit weird. It can get a little bit weird. It's difficult to dilute down to a basic science. Not easy at all. Because there's so many things that are viable, and at any phase in the game, you can bank larva for a little bit, you can bank units for a little bit, and you can just go for it. So crossing your T's, dotting your I's is extremely difficult to do in this matchup because there's so many variables. So one of the best ways to play is to be reasonably aggressive in order to constantly be getting units into your opponent's main base, into your opponent's natural, in order to see what is going on and make the correct decisions from there. Not to mention the fact that Ling Bane versus Ling Bane micro is extremely volatile and very difficult to perfect. So what that basically leads to, and especially with nowhere in any of these maps is there somewhere that you can safely keep an eye on your opponent's drone count, and there's nowhere that you consistently get into the natural expansion. There's always the potential for a wall that can block scouts. It leads to a ton of volatility in this matchup right now, and extremely entertaining, high-octane matches. Now, we are going to be seeing both players going for the 3rd hatchery here. First potential deviation will come up. Does either of them build a bunch of lings to try and get aggressive? The answer so far looks like no. Serral will have this ling scout getting into the natural expansion, and he's able to at least check on the drone count a little bit. That's nice. But it does come at the cost of 50 minerals. Still, they're both building their safety setup here. We've got a quick Evo chamber here from Solar. A lot of Zerg players these days are going for fast Carapace builds in this matchup. Solar is definitely one of those players who enjoys that a fair bit. Now, he could also go +1 melee. He could also just go +1 missile. We'll see in a little bit. He does get the single safety Bane. They actually both get a single safety Bane. And a handful of lings here. Oh, Solar looking for a drone kill. Serral not able to get the save there. Good job from Solar, and it will be a very quick +1 melee, +1 missile, I should say. And when you see the Evo chamber wiggling, it doesn't tell you anything. You don't actually know what it is. And there's that wall that I was talking about. Going to be able to plug the gap with a queen and prevent scouts. Not guaranteed that he will, but he's going to be able to. +1 missile coming on in from Serral, and there is the Roachborn of Serral's. Serral is up a couple of drones, despite losing that early drone. Oh my god, Ling somehow got into the main base. Baneling Morph will come on in. Boom! 9 drones go down, and now it is a big lead for Serral. That is a very successful Bane run by... How did those Lings even get in? Did they teleport? Is Serral a wizard? We know that he is, but is he really? That is a huge move from Serral. See, it makes me feel not so bad because Solar also missed that. I do have full vision, though, so I shouldn't be missing that. But, like, how did that get in? I legitimately don't even know. Serral, excellent scout on the third base, does count the drone count, and it's no fake out. He doesn't see gases at the third, but they are coming down now. Serral feeling comfortable to drone up, though. Continue droning. Both players going to be getting up to 6 gases. Ooh, Overlord speed coming in from Serral. That's going to let him protect his Overlords as well as get better scouting as we go into the mid-game and later stages of the game for things like this. A quick Spire coming on in. 4th hatchery coming on in from Serral. Now, the other thing you can do with this is you can make an Overlord creep highway, in theory. Solar, wants to get a cancel on this base. Serral will be forced to cancel, and he does lose the drone. Good job from Solar. Oh, Banelings. Okay. Well, there, it's all a false alarm. Overlord speed does complete. We got +2 missile on the way for Solar. Now, something the mutas really help with. Oh, that's a big Baneling detonation for Solar. Ooh. Little Overlord draw play coming in from Serral. Something... Okay. Oh, does he get the scout? He does see the Spire. Very important scout for Serral. Something that the mutas do, though, is they blind your opponent. They make it so that you can't see where attacks are coming from, and that makes things very difficult. 3 drones do get picked off on the third base. Nice job from Solar. Just using those lings that he had left over to get some work done. Now, what are we going to see from this Dropper Lord? He hasn't put anything in it just yet. 7 mutas are on the way for Solar. Serral does confirm that the Spire was completed. That is good information for him. He's going to get spores. He's going to add on an infestation pit. But Solar, I think, is going to just try and hit a big timing with +2 missile. He's getting a 7th gas, so he's going to be going hard on the Ravagers, I believe. I don't think he's going mass muta. That would be very funky. And there's a really small timing for Solar. Ooh, Serral dropped changelings here. Did he? Yes, he did. Okay, they're running into the third base. It's the queen count right now. We got 6 queens for Serral. That's going to be enough. Changeling does get picked off. Good job from Solar. Infestors, just 2 infestors being added on. This can be very handy both against a big roach max out and against a... Oh, for a second I was dreaming. I wanted Bane speed. We used to see big roach Bane busts back during Heart of the Swarm before Ravagers existed. But now Ravagers exist, so they're not really that common anymore. Serral does have a lot of gas, by the way. Both players went up to 72 drones, which is actually rather high for this matchup. We usually see 66 in the mid-game. Spotting Ling does get cleaned up. 2-1 upgrades are, well, they're about to finish up here for Serral, but there's a very thin timing for Solar. He's going to get in on top of these queens. Investors don't have energy for the fungal growth. Oh, good concave from Solar. Serral is in some trouble right now. He does finish up his +2 missile. Counterattack coming in from Serral in the main base of Solar. It's the roach drop from earlier. Very cute little move, and he is going to be able to grab a queen. He's going to be able to grab... He's already gotten 10 drones. Solar does kill off his opponent's 4th base. But is that enough? I mean, it's good. Yes, it's definitely enough. Yeah, it's enough. It's enough, for sure. This is a good position for Solar, but we are going to see a big fungal growth coming in on top of the army. Another fungal growth, and Solar will lose so much. Serral trying to zone him out, trap him in the top, and will be able to take down so much of this army. I said it was enough, but only if he didn't get jumped, and he just got jumped in a big way. Very well done by Serral. 7 Ravagers and 9 more Roaches, as well as a couple Mutas. Solar does have that extra base, but Serral with a great defensive fight. Ooh, the Infestors, though. 2 of them are, well, one of them gets sniped. There's no queens for Serral. There is no queens. He literally hasn't rebuilt a single queen right now. That, I don't really believe what I'm seeing. That is so bizarre. Hydras will deal with these mutas, no problem. Because they are 2-1 Hydras against 0-0 mutas. But, I mean, he is going to lose 1 Hydra. He'll be able to trade at least a little bit. Solar looking for a move forward. Serral, that is what he's more concerned about right now. He is still down in economy by a little bit. And he tried to rebuild this 1 Infestor. Ooh, roaches on this third base location. They will draw Serral out of position and allow Solar to force a cancel. Fungal growth does come down. It's a big one, but there's no follow through. Still, that's a lot of damage. Solar is pushing Serral around a little bit, but nice dodge on the corrosive biles, and that means the Hydras do be able to add some DPS, some big DPS into this fight for Serral. Solar does lose a lot. No Hydra speed just yet. Just the range upgrade. There it is. Hydra speed starts up. We do see the hive on the way. Solar still mining much more than Serral. Well, not much more, but it's enough more. Enough more that this cost efficiency for Serral isn't going to cut it for much longer. We do see the... Oh, this is a really good scout. He's going to see the infestation pit, sees the lack of a hive, but he knows that hive will be the next stage for Solar. And that means that Serral is still ahead in tech, but he doesn't have any units in position to hold his fourth base. Serral is just having this base denied over and over again. Solar really getting work done. We are going to be seeing these roaches on the right side for Solar. They've done such good job, such good work. There is one Muta still on the field. Oh. The singular drone saved. Good job from Solar. Fungal growth. Oh. That's a big fungal on the ramp, but there's no follow through once again. Solar. Oh, Serral could get a big surround here, but it could be a counter surround. We've got army maneuvering coming in all over the place. Serral dodges the corrosive biles, but Solar is moving forward. But Serral coming in for the flank. He is going to try and trap this army. Corrosive biles are getting dodged. Serral will... he will be able to get some good pickoffs here. Solar does escape getting 360 no-scope, but... this is still looking a little dangerous for Serral. This is a big moment, though. These Lurkers are going to allow him to stabilize in a big way. Solar is getting a 5th base, while Serral is just now starting to get the 4th. Serral does have Overlords in position on this right side, and that will allow him to respond. And the final Muta has finally been killed off. Solar has been unable to break his opponent, but he's going for Vipers. No Lurker Den, no Hydra... Well, no, he does have a Hydra Den. Oh, these Lurkers on the top of the ramp. 2 Lurkers hold so much space. And now Serral finally going to be able to counterpunch here. Should be able to take down this base. Oh, but he's not going to commit. He doesn't want to lose this army. He knows that he is still on the back foot. He's going to be able to counter position against this little roach run by from Solar. Great move from Serral. Good defensive posture. And he's got his own Lurkers on the ramp. He's got them in random places. Serral really doing a good job in this game, despite being put on the back foot so early on. And now he's got range on these Lurkers as well. Solar, where are the Vipers? They are not ready yet. Ooh, we do have a Lurker counterattack on the left side. 5th base will fall. Serral really fighting back in this game. +1 missile is, or +3 missile is started up. There's the Vipers. They are charged up on energy. Adaptive Talent is now done for Serral. He walked into a bit of a surround, though. Gotta be careful. One Lurker does get abducted. Ooh, but this is looking so dangerous right now for Solar. Serral is going to be able to keep these Vipers at bay for the moment. He actually doesn't have that much anti-air. But Solar is really going to struggle against these Lurkers. Another Lurker counterattack coming on in. Serral trying to push forward. Solar trying to get his own Lurkers as well. Corrosive Biles will be dodged on both sides. Lurkers just trying to slowly push forward. 18 drones have fallen during all this, and now Serral has zoned his opponent into the natural, abducts on the Lurkers, but they're just going to re-burrow, and Serral turns it around in game number 1 and takes down Solar with incredible defensive play. 1-0 lead for Serral. All right, here we go. Game number 2. Spawning up at the top right for Basilisk, it is Serral in the blue. And his opponent spawning down in the bottom left for Onside Gaming, it is Solar in the red. That was really well done for Solar for quite a long time, but Serral never let himself get broken. And he played super patiently. Really extremely patiently. Serral never let himself get drawn into a fight that was going to lose him the game. He knew that Solar had map control. He knew that things were looking tough for him if he couldn't drag the game out to Lurkers. But he was able to do so. Excellent defensive positioning with said Lurkers and really just took control of it from there. Solar tried to deal with the Lurkers with just a quick Viper transition, but Serral never left them exposed, and some great harassment with just single Lurkers on a couple of bases. And it, well, that kind of broke the game. I don't want to say wide open because it ended the game, but that's what made it so that Solar really wasn't able to deal with the frontal push as well as that backdoor push. Just a phenomenal game from Serral there. I will say, many players would have died to what Solar did, though. Many, many players. But that's what makes Serral such a special player, is things that will kill just about everyone else. He manages to not just survive, but win. All right, we've got a similar opening once again from these two players. They're both going to take the pocket third. Serral electing to send his Lings along the top side. And we'll start chipping away at this hatchery. He does have a second set of Lings. That's Solar. Oh, Solar also built the second set of Lings, but Serral gets... he gets like, I don't know, 50 damage into that hatchery. It's better than nothing, but it's not much better than nothing. It's inconsequential. Oh, we are going to see the Lings of Serral just being corralled away by the double queen of Solar. And Serral, he says, okay, well, I need to get some information, and I'm going to be a little bit aggressive. I'm going to get a little bit in your face. Oh, the surround from Solar. Almost gets him a Ling. That was pretty nice. Nice little bit of unit movement. Oh, little ambush Bane, but Solar just barely gets the Overlord in position. Queen moving back here. Serral morphing in two more. Wait, where are the other two Banes? Where are the other two Banes? Did he slip Bane somewhere again? Solar, oh, able to keep that one drone alive. Where are the other two Banes? Oh, there they are. Boom. Another 3 drones get picked off. Nice job from Serral. And he's droning super hard behind us. Getting a second and third gas. Getting a Roach Warren. I think Serral wants to go for a big round of aggression with Roach Ling Bane. A little bit of creep towards the... well, between the natural and the third for Serral. Just going to make his queens more maneuverable. Going to make defending just generally easier. And Serral slips out a scouting Ling, sees that his opponent is building, has built drones. And Serral doesn't need to go for aggression. He can if he wants, but he might be anticipating aggression actually out of his opponent. They both hid the Roach Warren in the back because it is a 2-building wall at the front. They both cancel their +1 missile, so they're thinking the same thing, but Serral's got a better economy for this. He does get a little bit supply block to 74, but it's not a horrendous block. Ooh, he does have to be careful about the Banes. Good quick reaction time from Serral. 4th gas. Oh, no, it's an extractor trick? Perhaps? Oh, okay. Well, at this point, whoever doesn't attack should have the advantage. Serral going to be able to take down 2 of his opponent's Banelings for 2 Lings and 1 Bane of his own, which is, I guess, even. Neither player getting a layer, but Serral does restart his +1 missile. Solar is going for it here, though. And Serral does have a nice worker lead. He's even got the queens pulled. Great concave defensively here for Serral to start things off. And this is looking really good for Serral right now. He's actually starting to drone a little bit. He's got to be a little bit careful. Oops, Solar will get forced back very hard. Serral pulling all 3 queens to the front. They are both going to drone now. And that means that Serral droning a little bit faster gives him a even nicer advantage. A lot of lanes going to try and run forward here for Solar. But not going to be able to get us around. The Banelings will cover against that. Is there anything in the third hatchery location? No, but we do have a Baneling. Oh, good job from Solar. Gets on out of there. Meanwhile, attack through the middle. Banelings for Serral are going to complete. And, the lanes were so trapped, but they will escape on out. Solar, does land a nice little corrosive bile. Serral on the right side. Going to cancel this spine crawler. Solar needs to get some damage done with this little Bane run by. But Serral sees it. Serral sees it. Ooh, drones. Okay, they do get pulled at the last second. 3 drones do go down. Good job from Serral, but also good job from Solar. And this kind of evens up the game now. Solar does have the faster +1 missile, which could translate to a +2 timing. And he is up he's actually up 10 roaches, which is not a small amount. That's a decent number of roaches to be ahead. Does he start up? Oh, he does start up the +2 missile right away. Serral wants to get a scout. He wants to see what his opponent's doing. Okay, he sees the layer is done. Sees the second gas in the main base was taken. Doesn't see... Well, he sees that this gas was not taken. Ooh, Changeling. Good job from Serral. Really nice. The scouting from Serral is just always so good. But of course, there's so much to keep tabs on here. Yeah, I think if Serral goes for a big +2 timing, it's going to be really difficult for Solar to deal with. Solar getting a Spire once again. But Serral adding on the Overlord speed, getting another Overseer. He really wants to make sure he can keep tabs on what his opponent's doing. And I mean, that's why. Because of moves like this. Because players will almost always try and hit Serral with something funky. Another Overlord drop. I didn't talk about it too much, but in the previous game, the Overlord drop really kept Serral in it. Serral adding a couple more drones, going up to 66, which is the exact number for 3 base saturation plus all 6 gases. Oh, Serral gonna do some Tunneling Claw Roach play. Overlord speed does complete. Serral. Ooh, will he find the hidden Spire? Oh, he was so close. Solar putting it in the sneakiest spot. The sneakiest spot. Oh, man. So these mutas will be a surprise. Roach drop coming on in. Oh, wait, no, that's Bane's. Bane's. Ooh, one of the mutas does cancel. He doesn't want to show the mutas just yet. Ooh, nice Evo chamber block. He's got to cancel that to let him back out. Nice job. Great defense so far from Solar. Oh, and the Banelings get back in and get blown up. But Serral going to use this as an opportunity to move forward here with his main army. And he's about to have Burrow and Tunneling Claws. Oh, Solar is trapped in his own natural. The concave is so good for Serral. Solar does have the mutas popping out, but oh, this is really scary right now. Solar's about to be down an upgrade. Serral getting a really great fight. He does let his opponent out of the natural, which I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of, but the Tunneling Claws will allow him to really pull his opponent apart here. Serral is so far up in supply. And yes, the mutas will eventually clear this, but not before critical damage gets done. Serral killing off the whole army of Solar on the ground, and he will take the 2-0 in bloody impressive fashion. Very well done from Serral. And if you enjoyed the series, hit that like and subscribe button. We will catch you on the flip side. Thanks for tuning in.